Welcome back to Clark's Ring Rants. Let's get straight into today's video. So Ben Whittaker's back, the 28-year-old prospect, the Olympic silver medalist, a highly decorated amateur. He comes back with another first round stoppage. He splatters Braian Suarez all over the ring, knocks him out in the first round. It was one-sided, it was easy. He did look sharp, he did look impressive, but it's time for a step up for Ben Whittaker. Let's talk about it. Just before we go any further with this video, if you could do me a massive favour, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're not already subscribed, be sure to hit subscribe. Thank you. Back into the video. So coming into this fight, you had Ben Whittaker. He was 10-0-1. He had that one draw with Liam Cameron. Since then, he's bounced back. He's looked impressive. He's linked up with Andy Lee. He's scored a few more knockouts. He's looking like he's punching a bit harder. He's sitting down on his shots. He's been more aggressive in there. He's been assertive. But he's not really faced anyone of note. He's not faced anyone on his level to challenge him so far. And then we get this fight here with Braian Suarez. It's a little bit of a step up, but I make no bones about it. In my prediction video, I thought Ben Whittaker would make pretty easy work of him. And it proved to be that case. Ben Whittaker came out in the first round. He took centre ring almost immediately. He was aggressive. He was snapping that jab out. He was going upstairs. He was going downstairs. He was hitting him to the head and the body. He was coming around with hooks. He was razor sharp with the counters. And he found a home for that right hand pretty early on. He also looked massive in there. I know BoxRec have got Ben Whittaker listed as being 6'3", and he looks every inch of that in there. He towered over his opponent. He was huge. He almost looked like a cruiserweight in there. He's got a very big frame. He's a big, big boy for light heavyweight. And I think now that he's starting to sit down on his shots and use his power, it could be a threat. It could be a factor. But like I say, the story of this fight, how it unravelled, he came out, he took the centre of the ring. He was pushing him back. He was pushing Suarez back immediately. He was being aggressive. He was being assertive. And the stoppage came pretty early. The writing was on the wall from very early on in this fight. I knew this wasn't going to be a long night. And the stoppage came. He hurt him to the body. He hit him upstairs. And then Suarez almost seemed to half turn his head to the side. And then Ben Whittaker, he threw a right hand. He doesn't really throw a straight right hand. You know, like Deontay Wilder, Tommy Hearns. It's not that kind of right hand from Ben Whittaker. What Ben Whittaker does, he sort of arcs and loops his right hand. You know, a bit like Tyson Fury does. There's a bit of angle on it. And it sort of caught Suarez just behind the back of the ear. Now, there was some debate on the commentary whether it was a legal shot, it was an illegal shot. And I think Sonny Edwards got it pretty much bang on. Suarez had turned his body, so when the punch hit him and he felt the impact, it would have been slightly behind the ear, but Suarez has got to take some responsibility for that because he shouldn't be turning. I think the shot's okay. I'm okay with the stoppage. It was only going to go one way anyway. It was pretty much one-way traffic. And if that didn't knock Suarez out, something else sooner rather than later was going to knock him out anyway. But Ben Whittaker moves on. He improves his record, 11-0-1. But what next for Ben Whittaker? Like I said in my preview, it's got to be a step up now, surely. He's got to be looking at your Craig Richards, your Dan Aziz, your Joshua Buatsi's, your Zach Parker's, your Anthony Yards, your Willie Hutchinson's. It's a stacked division. There's a plethora of fighters Ben Whittaker could choose to fight in there. Craig Richards, Matchroom, Eddie Hearn. It's a simple fight to make. There shouldn't be too many issues there. I think that's a route they'll look to go down next for him. But he needs a test. He needs to be tested, Ben Whittaker. He's had no acid test yet. He's been a pro for nearly 4 years. I mean, you compare that to Moses Italma. Italma didn't have the amateur background. I mean, he was a good elite youth amateur, but he didn't have the senior amateur career Ben Whittaker's had. And look at what Moses Italma has gone on to achieve in a lot less time than Ben Whittaker. He's only been pro 3 years, and Moses Italma is on the cusp of a world title. I don't think he should fight for one next, but if he did, I think he's got a very, very good chance of winning a world title. He's only had 13 or 14 fights. Ben Whittaker's had even less fights, but he's been a pro for longer. He's a more experienced amateur. I'm just not sure what the hold-up is. Even if you compare him to another fellow British Olympian, Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua turned pro in October of 2013. By April of 2016, he was a world champion. So in the space of 2.5 years, he became a world champion. What has Ben Whittaker done in those 4 years to get anywhere close to the two fighters I've just mentioned? It's time for a step up. Fight for a British title. Fight a former world title holder. Fight a former world title challenger. Just fight someone with a pulse in your next fight, Ben, because it's getting a bit boring. You've had 3 first-round knockover jobs in a row. You've had 2 fights with Matchroom. You've had a bit of time to get settled in with Andy Lee. But I'm going to need to start seeing something now because the showboating's good. The skills are clearly there. The talent, the speed, the foot speed, the hand speed, the reflexes, the charisma. He's got it all. He's got the perfect package to be a star. But we need to see some worthy opponents in there for Ben Whittaker, or it's going to get very, very boring very soon. Or he's going to step up, he's going to miss the levels, and he's going to get found out. So we really need to start seeing some tests for Ben Whittaker. But like I say, Craig Richards, Dan Aziz, Zach Parker, Willie Hutchinson, Anthony Ard, there's plenty of fights out there for him. But who do you think he should take on next? I'd be happy with any one of those names I've just mentioned. I just don't want to see another overmatched fighter shipped in for Ben Whittaker to knock out in a round because it's no good for him. Eddie Hearn's just wasting money on fights like this. We need to see him in a test. And then why not step up to world title level? He's 28. He's not getting any younger. He's a bit old to be calling him a prospect, like I said in my preview video. But yeah, that's the story of the night. Ben Whittaker flattens another overmatched, outgunned and outpowered opponent in Braian Suarez. He stops him in the first round. Yeah, he did it in impressive fashion. But it's time to fight someone with a pulse, Ben. But who will it be next? Who do you think it should be next? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.